and I'm back. And welcome to Untitled Goose game. I'm only doing one episode of this because the game is only 2 hours long. So yeah. So I might as well just make one episode of it. Or maybe I'll make more than one, but for now I'm just gonna make one episode. I might make more in the future. So yeah. So as you can see in the title, we're going to be completed this game. I actually completed the game already, but if you guys don't know how to complete this game, I am here to help you. So this is just gameplay of me. So basically, I'm just making this video because if any of you guys are stressed out and like maybe just want to watch some of my videos, you should probably look up to this video because this game and video is going to be very relaxing. This is just gameplay of me playing the game with not much of me talking, so you don't have to worry about me. So yeah, starting now. Untitled Goose game, made by House. Also, is helped with Panic. Get into the garden. Okay. Will you give me a backpack carrot? Yeah, what? Boom, he just got wet. Next. Steal the ground keeper's keys. Seems easy. And those keys, what? Those aren't keys, that's a carrot. I want them keys. Got them. Make the ground hero is sun hat. I did that before, but I couldn't do it. Rake in the lake. The rake in the lake challenge was actually pretty hard for me in this clip. So yeah. This clip, all of this video is just me unediting because first I don't know how to edit, and second of all I wouldn't want to if I did know. So all of this is just a video of me not editing this at all, not one single bit, and just playing the game normally. And the reason why I said that this challenge in that clip was hard is because I actually had to use my strats to actually not make the groundskeeper actually see me, because if he did, then that would make it even more hard. Anyways, back to your original programs. Brum, 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 brum. So yeah, in this clip it was actually more hard than the rake challenge, because I actually had to get the groundskeeper to not see me while I was stealing his stuff. Because if he saw me go to the carpet, like if he saw me go to the picnic blanket in this, like while stealing his stuff, he will take everything back that I stole. And then I'd have to do all this ever again. Like all of this all again. Now, like the first items that I got were pretty easy to do. Until I got the pumpkin. That's where it started getting hard. I had to go further and further into the garden. And yeah. In this clip, it was actually pretty hard. And as you can see, the groundskeeper was actually nowhere. I was wondering, where's the groundskeeper? Is he somewhere? And then I was like, oh wait, he's probably doing something at the back of the garden. And I was just like, okay, well, time to move on. And then when it got to thermos, jam, and radio, well, the radio, at first you could see when I started this game, the radio was right here. But then the groundskeeper actually moved it all the way to where he was right now. Well, then not exactly, not anymore. And also, just so you know, the thermos is actually this thing that looks like a hydro flask. The reason why I'm not getting the jam or the hydro flask or the thermos is because the groundskeeper actually needs his watering can. And the thing is, I can't let him see me. So then I take my chances, I go over here with the jam, and I hide in this bush. So thank God that this game actually has real life physics, because of course, if you go into a bush to where it's barely visible for people to see you, then yeah, it's actually pretty easy to hide. And thank God that this game actually does that. So then I hid from the groundskeeper. He was looking for his jam, but then the thing was, he never actually went to the blanket. And then I had to go to the thermos and radio. This is where it got hard, because the groundskeeper was mostly here. Because as you can see, he's watering his stuff, and I can't let him see me stealing his stuff. I had to distract him somehow, and I wondered, how can I distract this guy to give me enough time to hide and steal his stuff? And then he wandered over here, which gave me the perfect time. So I wandered over here, stole his radio. It took me a little while to actually steal his radio because, yeah. And then the radio went off. That's where it got hard. So then I said, you know what, let's save that for last, because that's going to make a lot of noise, so I better save that for last. So then I went back, and then I got the, this, and then I went into the bush, and he still found me anyways. But I had a plan. I went over here, I circled him a couple times until he lost me. Then I went into the bush again, I hid, and then he was going to pick up the radio. I would run. Okay, never mind. And then he still actually found me. And then he actually ended up losing me. I didn't actually think that he would, because he kept chasing me while I was in the bushes. So then I was just like, okay, apparently this guy's not going to stop. So then I just picked up the thermos and ran for it. He lost me somehow, and then I went back for the radio. And then, as you can see, he stole the radio from me. I hid from him in the bushes. He somehow still saw me because my head was peeking out. And then what I did was, I went and got the radio. Disclaimer, this was actually a big mistake that I did. So then, after I did that, I went over here. I circled him a couple times because he does not know physics, because he can't just run over his carrots. And then basically what I did was, I circled him a couple more times, and then he actually found me again because he circled me because I actually had the radio still turned on. So then he eventually got tired, and yeah, basically he just had no other choice but to run through his bushes, or at least run into them. And then I circled him a couple more times, he circled me, and then I just booked it. I just ran for the gates, and then I closed them. Strats. And then, boom, there's the picnic job done. It doesn't matter if he takes all the stuff now, because the thing is already done. And here was the challenge to actually move on to the next part of the game. Make the groundskeeper hammer his thumb. So you all know, once you get to the final challenge, the person gets mad and starts making a sign to where the human is trying to let you know there's no goose, like there's no geese anymore around here. And then he notices my radio that's going off from that distance. I don't know how he did. And I try to just get this sign from behind here, but apparently I can't because it's hidden from view. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this game was being a little frustrating. And then I had to wait for the groundskeeper to actually go and get all the stuff back before he could go and get the sign back. And then once he did that, then yeah. I did have an idea in my head to where I could steal his keys while he had the radio in his hand and then lock him out. Disclaimer, that was also a bad idea, which thank God I didn't do, because if I did, then he wouldn't have any way of getting back in, to where then I wouldn't be able to progress through the game. Moving on. So then I just went like, you know what, no. Then I probably wouldn't be able to progress through the game, but then I was just like, then how am I going to make this guy stop? So then I decided to drag all of the items into water. And I knew that wasn't going to make such a difference, but I was trying to at least hide them a little more better. So then basically what I did is I took this and then I just booked it to the water and then I just placed it down again. And then of course the groundskeeper came back. I think. I can't remember what happened in most of my videos because I made this video about like 2 days ago. And then the thing was, he actually placed down the sign already, and then I just went like, hey boy, come pick up your sign again. Get teabagged on. So then basically what I did, the only reason why I did that is just because since he placed the sign down, then he already hammered it. Now, since I picked it up, now I had to hammer it again. And this was my chance. Now. And as you can see, he leans down the door and yeah. He hammered his thumb, he fell down the door, which gave me the perfect time to get inside of the other part of the game. Moving on. Disclaimer. All of the other parts of this game are actually getting more difficult and more difficult by the second. And once we get to the final section of the game, it is going to be the most tense part of my life in video games. So then I noticed, oh yeah, I forgot, I have another checklist. So then I just kept on doing the checklist items. First of all, break the broom. Got it. And apparently, also, note, this kid is scared of the goose, so if you honk at him, he'll run away. He'll run on the opposite direction of you. To break the broom, you just have to make the lady actually go near you and try to sweep you. You have to grab the broom, and then that's how you break it. And then after you do that, she'll still try to brush you away, but the thing is, she can't, because she doesn't have the bottom part of the broom. And then I just went like, okay, cross that off, and now, time to trap the boy in the phone booth. Like I said, the boy is scared of the goose. He runs in the opposite direction of where the goose goes. So I just made him run all the way into the phone booth. He got tired for 1 second, and then I made him run again. And then he finally got into the phone booth. He didn't decide to do it at first, but then I made him. So then once I crossed that off, then he started calling the news. And basically, I went down, and then it said, get on TV. And I thought, this was my chance. So then, basically, once the phone rang, then the guy answered it. And yeah. basically what happened is, this was actually his dad, or his mom, I can't remember. But then, after he ran out, or she ran out, now I just turned this on, and I got on TV. And here's a little funny moment for you. If you look on the TV screens, you can see that the goose is being pretty annoying. And then the guy makes me get kicked out, but I actually wanted to go out anyways. So then, basically, I checked that off, and then I went to the third one. Make the boy wear the wrong sunglasses. And basically to do that, you see that his shoes have laces. Yeah. So then basically, you can actually untie the laces, and what I had to do is, I actually had to lead this woman out. So then I picked her broom, broke it, and then I dragged it off to where then she would realize her broom is broke. I dragged it off to where she couldn't get me in time. And then she went back for her broom. But then she actually noticed that it was somehow gone. So then basically what I did was, I brought the broom a little bit more closer to you. So I brought the broom more closer to her, and then she finally went to get it. This was my chance. I went, picked up the glasses, and then I carried them to the boy. I then proceeded to untie the boy's shoes. It was actually pretty hard to do that because he kept kicking me away. He kept making me get away from him. So then I untied his shoes, he fell, and then basically what I did is, I dropped the new glasses and took his away. And then I made him pick up the wrong sunglasses, he wore them, and of course he could still see. I crossed that off, he tied his shoes back, and then I saw, make someone buy back their own stuff. This indeed had to do with the boy again. You see that he has his own airplane. I had to steal his airplane, make sure he didn't see me. I actually had to make sure he did see me. And then I went to the shopkeeper, and then basically what I did is, I dropped the plane, but then of course the boy took it. So then basically what I did is, oh wait, I remembered, I can scare him away. So then I scared him off away from the airplane, and then he tripped. So then basically what I did is, he went for his glasses, the lady went for the airplane, and then I thought, yes, this is working perfectly. So then she put it back on the table, and then the boy finally found his sunglasses again, or the wrong sunglasses. He tied his shoes back, he went for the airplane, and then, yeah, you can see that the lady is not happy about that, because she thinks that the boy stole it, or is trying to steal it. And basically what he's trying to do, and then the lady thinks that he stole it, and then she makes him pay for his toy back. He's not happy about that. And then I finally cross that off, and then I get a new to-do list. And then it is trap the shopkeeper in the garage. The reason why I didn't do the go shopping one is because I couldn't find about like a quarter of these items. So forget that. So then I did what the game said, and basically she went for the chalk in her garage. And then I thought, this is my chance, again. So then she actually went, and then I got the broom. So then basically what I did was, I went in here, and then she knew that I was there, and then she got her broom, and then basically, yeah, she tried to get her broom back, but then the thing was, I actually stole her chalk in this scene. It was actually pretty hard to do it though, but I did end up stealing her chalk. As you can see, yes, I did in fact, yeah, as you could see, I did actually in fact steal her chalk, but after she wrote on the board, but that was fine. So then I went And then she kept on pushing me, which was very annoying. But then I still got her to get locked inside the garage. And then I thought, hooray! And then I realized, oh wait, she can still get out. But then I thought, oh wait, that's what I have to do. Duh. And then I thought, maybe I'll do something funny for the audience. So then I grabbed a walkie-talkie. And then basically what I did is, I went over here. And then I placed it on this road. And what I did is, I grabbed the other walkie-talkie for you guys. Remember, this is for you guys. So then, I actually made her open the garage door again. And then I did the honk thing. And then basically she saw me, but then I hid behind a bush. And then I called the walkie-talkie again. She went over to it, and of course, boom, she gets scared. I only did that for you guys because I thought that the video was getting too boring. So, moving on. Now this part is where it actually got pretty easy, but also very annoying at the same time. Because you'll see in a few seconds. Also, remember when I said that there wasn't going to be me talking that much? Yeah, I forgot in the video I actually started talking a lot, like I'm used to. So, I'll just, like, quit talking for now. For now, remember. Okay, I have to talk in this part so I can explain this to you. So then, the next one was make someone break the fancy vase. So basically what I did is, I stole the vase, but then this lady saw me, and then I was just like, oh my god. But then I remembered, oh wait, I have to pull this drawer out anyways. So then she actually went near me, which got me annoyed. And then she kept walking into me, and then I was just like, boy. So then I finally went over here, she finally left me alone. And then basically, of course, the thing broke. And I also realized, oh wait, there's a challenge for this duck. And basically what I did is, she went for the drawer. And I knew that was a good thing, because then I could actually do the challenge with the duck. So then once she was out of my line of sight, then I guess that she was out, that she couldn't see me either. So then I went over here, and then I hid the statue. And what I did is, since she couldn't see it, then I went over here. And then she actually went, and then she picked up the drawer, and then she tried to fix it, but then she couldn't. So then she just placed it next to it. And then she went back over to me, and I thought, yes, this is it. And also, this is for a challenge and for the audience. You can see that she thinks that I'm actually the statue. But the thing is, she's going to place a bow tie on me. And, yeah, that's one challenge done. I actually forgot that that was a challenge in that clip. So, yeah. So then what I did is, I did this. She got scared, and then she wondered, And then I just honked in front of her when she leaned closer to hear me. And of course, the man came over. And, yeah, she realized that I stole her bow tie, but she did not care. She just got angry at me for some reason. And then, yeah, basically what I did is, I also forgot that that was my first challenge that I did in this clip. So now it's just like, oh crap, I forgot. I need to make someone break the fancy vase. I grabbed the vase. This was actually pretty hard. So then she went over for the painting. And then she went over for the vase, but then she realized it was gone. So what I did is, I realized that the man was reading his newspaper. This was it. I could drop the vase right in front of him, and then I can hide. He notices the vase, and then basically, whenever the man notices an object, he usually throws it over to the woman, but this vase is fragile. Yeah. Then he actually gets pretty nervous. And the thing is, yeah. He comes over for my bow tie, and then I'm just like, heck nah. So then I just go over here, I hide from him. So then the woman and the man actually get into an argue with each other, and yeah. And then I didn't do help the woman dress up the bust because I didn't know how to do that. But then I was just like, oh wait, the vase, the bust. The vase is the bust. So then basically so then I knew that I actually had to get the ribbon off of me. So then the man came over for my ribbon, and then he threw it over to the woman. The woman actually came over for the vase, but then dropped it again. Then basically what I did is, I went over here, and then I dropped a piece of the vase, and then I went over here, and got another piece of the vase. And then I realized, what the heck, why can I not do this? So then basically what I did is, she actually placed it together, and then I realized what I had to do. So then she realized, what the heck, why is the duck gone? But then I realized, why is the duck not there? So then she actually placed it next to this. So then I stole the bow tie again, and then she noticed me. I went over here, but then I realized I couldn't piece it together. That's actually why I said I didn't do that part, because then I couldn't figure out what to do. So then I just started honking at her. Yeah, I actually got pretty annoyed after that, like about 3 seconds. And then I realized I had to make the man spit out his teeth. And the way to do that is you have to go behind this bell. There's a hammer that rings the bell. This man looked out from his newspaper. He opened it again. And then he started reading it. And then I was just like, okay, anytime now. So then I just started spinning the goose around. And then my goose, I just made my goose just start doing some dances. And then I finally realized he placed down the newspaper. He was about to grab his tea. So he did. And as soon as he drank it, he spit out his tea. He got angry at the woman and accused her of doing it, which again got them into an argument. And then I had to make the man go barefoot. But then I realized I had to do 2 sandals for that. So then I just decided to do the washing because that's actually pretty easy for me to do. So then I went over to this yellow ribbon and then I stole the bra. And then I realized that the conversation quickly went over. And then basically I stole the sock this time. The lady fortunately did not actually come over here. Because I didn't actually know what she was doing in this clip, so I just decided to go with it. So then I just stole both of the socks, and this was going fine, I said. Until I had to get a slipper. This was hard. I had to make sure that the man was not actually seeing me. But the thing was, he also had to literally be, he had to be reading his newspaper so he couldn't see me. So then basically what I did is I went for the soap, and then after I did that, then I decided I would get the shoe. But then I went oh wait, he has his newspaper out now. I can actually sneak around him while he's reading his newspaper and steal his slipper. And then I stole his slipper, and then he looked out of his newspaper just before I escaped. Thank God. So then she realized that the yellow ribbon was unfortunately gone. The man soon realized his slipper was gone. So then he basically just went whatever. And then basically the lady saw me with the soap. I got very annoyed after that. So then basically what I did is I waited for her to go near of the drawer. So then I waited for her to turn around once she placed the soap. I'll stop talking. You guys will basically get what happens next. So basically, yeah. After you guys saw that, I'm guessing that you guys basically, like, I'm just guessing that you guys thought, okay, so the lady actually placed down the soap, and then she fixed up the fish statue, and then after that, she noticed him stealing the soap, and then he got across the man, and then of course I completed the objective. So then what I had to do then is make the man go barefoot. What I had to do actually now is I had to wait for him to actually get his tea out. I had to make sure that he didn't see me when he was drinking his tea, because if he did, that would be a complete oof for me. So then he placed down his newspaper, he rubbed his legs a couple times. He finally decided to get his tea. He was about to drink it until I accidentally stepped out of cover. So then I stole his slipper, but then, yeah, I had to wait for a couple seconds, and then I stole his slipper. I made him go barefoot, and, yeah, I dropped the sandal, or the slipper, and then he noticed that it was gone. And he got pretty mad. And the thing was, I actually felt bad for this guy for some reason, so then I actually gave him back his slipper, and then he noticed all the other items. Well, I thought he did for a second, until he got the rose poster. And then basically what I noticed is, oh wait, there's a new objective. It probably has to do something with the rose. And then I was right, I dragged the rose. And then I noticed, make someone burn the bridge rose. And basically what that meant was I had to make someone cut the rose. Which basically I had to make the woman come after me. So then I had to literally just make her come over here, and then I messed up her bush. So then she noticed my honk after I went on the statue. And then she noticed the ribbon. And also she noticed that I was in the duck statue, but she didn't think anything of it. So then she went over to the ribbon, and then she finally noticed, oh hey, the squirrel bush, it's ruined, better go cut it up. And that's when she made her mistake. You guys probably get the gist now. Guess what happens? Yep. So then they get into a third argument. But the thing is, actually, she goes down for the purple poster. The man waits for her, and yeah. Basically, he doesn't get bored. He literally waits there. And then I'm just like, bro, will you hurry up? And then basically she draws the thing, she drops it because then she notices she has to go to a man. And then that was just like my perfect time. So then I went inside the house. I didn't have to move for this tradition. And then I went outside the house. And this was the third part, which is the first part of the last part. So then what I had to do is, then I had to get into the pub, which was actually very easy. I noticed that this man had, sorry, I noticed that this man actually had tied slippers or shoes. So then what I did is I untied both of them, and then I made him wait, and then I waited for him to actually tie his shoes again. I failed to do that. He tied his shoes again, but then he started chasing me, and then, yeah. So then I waited for him, but then I realized, oh hey, the next one, break the dashboard. And then I was just like, okay, that's gonna be easy. And then I went like this. Boom, perfect timing. And then the next one was get the toy boat. Now this one was actually very difficult because I had to watch out for this lady. because if she saw me, she would try to kick me off. And I had to get this toy boat from inside the sink. So then I only had one option. I had to literally let her see me and then hide under a table, because she can't just look under tables. And then she saw me, which gave me extra time, and also the sink. She thought that I was gone, and then she just said, "Oh, bummer." And then she went over to the sink. She realized that she had to hurry. She turned it off finally, and then she went around. Yeah, she saw me again. I did the exact same thing that I did before. She tried catching me, but then somehow, she literally got me out of the table, and then she literally kicked me off. I started hunting her, but then I realized, oh no, that's going to attract the guard who was trying to get me with his tied shoes. So then I digress. Basically, I realized he didn't come, so then I was just like, okay, here's my chance. So then I realized, yeah, I took too much time, so then the sink was empty. And then I was just like, oh my god, you got to be literally kidding me. And then basically what I did is, I went over to this barrel, which I pulled off the lid. And then I hid it somewhere. Hold on. Hey, Grandma?
Yeah.
Are you sure you put the patch on me?
Yeah, it did.
I don't feel it.
Huh?
I don't feel it.
Where's your butt? Where's
Right or left?
right butt?
No, I already searched the right one.
Huh?
I already searched the right one. It's not even on the left.
Huh?
It's not even on the left. Wait, is there a mark still there?
Oh, yeah.
There's a mark still there.
Is there that? I'm off with your pants or running or something.
Probably because I was sweating so damn much. Possible. Alright, hello again people. Sorry, I had to go do something in the meantime. Hopefully the video actually cut out at that point. So, yeah, back to what I was saying. So then, this lady again catches me. And then she tells me to shoo. And then, yeah, basically she goes for the cap for the barrel. And then that gives me the perfect chance. And then I realized, gosh dang it, she already turned off the sink. And then I just wait, and then, yeah. She goes back for the sink, she turns it off, I hide under the table this time, she goes back for the cap, and that gives me a perfect time. So I run, she can't hear me. And then I finally go under a table, and then I realize, oh wait, I can get it now. So then she actually catches me again, which she finally gets stuck on a chair, thank God. The thing is, she goes back for the sink, she rushes over to it, realizing that it's leaking. So then I hide under the table again. And what I do is, then she gets her cap, and then I finally just tried to turn on the sink and get the boat to me. So then she notices me, but then the objective is already done. So then I'm just like, okay, might as well get off this. So then I realize, make the old man fall on his bum. So then basically what I realize is, I actually make him drop his, I can't remember what those things are. So then he actually places it down, and then I realize, dang it, I missed my chance. So then he stares at me, and then he goes for the dartboard. And then I don't want to do another objective again I don't want to do the same objective again. So then I just let him play the game and then wait until he's done. And then he actually throws one and goes back to his music thing. I can't remember what they're called. And then I realized, what the heck? Why can I not make him fall on his bum? Because for some reason I couldn't pull the stool away. I don't know why, but for some reason I couldn't. He stares at me and yeah, I make my getaway. And then I go over, and then it lets me steal the chair this time. Falls, and then objective completed. And then there's be awarded a flower. And this one I have to impress the ladies. These two ladies. Hello, ladies. Boom. Oh. So then, of course, she gives me a flower. I catch it in midair, which I probably should have been awarded that flower for catching it anyways. And then another objective. Steal a pint glass and drop it in the canal. I don't know what a pint glass is or a canal is, so I skipped that one. And then I realized set the table. Knife, fork, plate, pepper, candle. Now, for pepper, you guys may think, oh, a pepper? That's easy, the fruit. And then I say to you, no, you're wrong. Because you actually are wrong. That is not the pepper that they are talking about. They're talking about a type of water, or like a type of drink. So then basically what I do is I actually grab the plate by mistake, trying to grab the knife or the fork. She grabs her napkin and then she tries to go to the plate. Well, she did go over to the plate and place it again. Then she does a job well done. And then I make my getaway. She heads over to the other table. I digress. I head over, and then I escape. I head over under here, right before this person sees me. And what I do is I place the plates under here. And that was perfect. All I had to do was just place other things. So the plate was crossed off. All I needed is a knife, fork, pepper, and candle. So I went over to the knife and fork. But then I realized, hey, there's a fork right here, so I might as well get that. So I ran down the stairs with the fork that I got, and then I hid again, out of sight. Disclaimer. This whole time, I actually did not see this sign here, so yeah. The whole clip, I did not see that sign behind those boxes. I thought it was just something else, so that's why I was pointing my beak towards it. So then I thought it was just a little Easter egg or something. So, yeah, I didn't actually know that that was a sign to let us gooses know that there's no goose allowed in here. So, yeah, I ran past it a couple times thinking that it's just a cool Easter egg referencing another game, and, yeah, no, it was not. You guys can get mad at me all you want. After I actually reviewed the footage, then I realized, oh my god, it was literally a sign. I am so dumb. And then she walks over. And then I make the time to actually get the knife. And then I run. She sees me with the knife. And then I decide, hey, you know what? Let's just make that meme. Peace was never an option. And so then I just run back under the table. Thank God that she doesn't see me when she grabs that napkin, because I actually ran out of her line of sight right before she went and turned to the napkin. And then I place the knife down. That's 3 things. Now all I need is a pepper and candle. And then I go for the pepper. Now you guys might be still saying, dude, we're not wrong. We know what peppers are, and they're fruits. And then I'm saying, no, it's this thing right here. And I'm guessing that you guys are still saying, nuh-uh, that's just a dang drink. And then I say, yeah, well, watch this. I run over here, and then I place it down on the table, and watch what happens. I place it down, look at the checklist. Pepper. Yeah, to all those people who kept saying that I was wrong. Yeah, how about that? Anyways, moving on. So this person that is bringing in the box does not care about why I'm here. Everyone else does. So then I make my getaway. So then I see that I only need to get the candle, but the problem is this lady is walking right by me. So I can't get out without her seeing me. So then I decide to just wait. I go. And then I hurry. I grab the candle and I make my getaway. I crawl under a table and then I run again. She's about to put her napkins away, and then basically I decide, okay, let's hide. So then I make my getaway again. So then I move under here. And then I finally make it back to the table, and that is a objective well done. And then there's one final one. Drop a bucket on the burly man's head. And the burly man is actually that dude with the tied shoelaces. And what I have to do is, I actually have to steal a tomato. This woman goes for the sign that I did not notice. And then I realize, oh wait, I thought this was an Easter egg, not a sign. So then she goes for the sign, and I feel pretty dumb about myself. I didn't know that was a sign. So then what I do is, I grab a tomato, and then what I do is I hide until the woman places down the sign. I walk behind her and she somehow does not notice me. Neither does anyone else. The burly man then sees me with the tomato. He starts chasing me and I actually got scared for a second. He realizes that I'm gone and he says, "Aw, bummer." And then he goes for the tomato again. But this time, I hid it under the grass. He tries to make me get away, but then he grabs the tomato. And then I say, "Yes." And then he finally sees me, and then I'm just like, gosh darn it. And then I make my getaway. I, for some reason, don't get away, but then I actually end up do. And then he actually does end up catching me. Well, I thought he did, until I actually got under here. He goes for the tomato again, and then I think this is my chance. So then I go under the table, and then I realize, wait, what the heck, the lady. And then he goes in there, and then I'm like, time to do the final mission, or the final challenge before I get to the hardest part of the game. I drop the bucket on his head, and this part is actually pretty funny for people who like old jokes. Yeah, he falls and splashes all the tomatoes in the other box. And then he gets tomato juice all over his pants. And then he heads over, tries to put the box inside of the trash can, but then he leaves the lid open. And I'm like, okay, this is perfectly my chance. He sees me, tries to get me out, but the thing is, he can't, because this game does not like physics. So then, basically, I clip over this table, and he can't get me, but he still sees me. And the thing is, I actually go over here, and then I make my getaway. He can't climb up here. So then, of course, I go over here. I open the gate, and then I run. Disclaimer, this part is the hardest part of the game. You have to actually get a bell in this part, which makes a lot of noise whenever you run or crouch or make some sudden movements. So this part of the game was actually pretty stressful for me, but in fact, I did actually beat the game. And people say this game is supposed to take 2 hours. Ha! Look how long this video's taking.
Guess which character I got.
Oh, cool. So, then, I make my way to the model village. And then I have to steal the beautiful miniature golden bell. And then I know how to do that. All I have to do is just go over here, and I have to cross the bridge. And again, like I said in the disclaimer part, this part was actually pretty stressful for me because I had to carry a bell and it made a bell ringing noise whenever I ran or made some sudden movements or whenever I crouched. But sometimes when I crouched it didn't make a sound at all, and that's always a good feeling. So then I start breaking this wall. It breaks, and then I start breaking this wall. And then that breaks. And then I pull this. And then as you can see, the wall is shaking. It breaks, it cracks, it gets pulled down, and then it falls. The first time that I actually did that was pretty stressful. And the reason why I said that this was stressful is because chase music actually started playing, and I was just like, wait, does everybody know where I am? And then I went to the new checklist item, and it said, and take it all the way back home. And then I was just like, yo, am I finally going to complete this game for the second time? And then I realized how much of a pain it was to actually get the bell back. And then I was just like, whatever, I'll probably make it still. And then basically I just go up here, and I don't go for the other path because then you guys probably know what happens. Yeah. They block everything off. They literally block everything. And by everything, I mean literally everything. Except for these. So, I digress. I make my getaway. This woman is still looking for me. So then what I do is, I go over here, and then the burly man sees me. And what I do is, I actually make a sound. So then he actually goes over here, and then of course I make my other getaway. And I have to go over here, but then, yeah, it gets taken away from me. And then basically what I do is, I go over here, and grab the bell again, and then I run away. So I run down these stairs, and I run over here, and I realize, oh no, they blocked the path. So then I have to go all the way over here. And like I said, they blocked everything, even the well, and they blocked this path. So then I have to go over here. And now everyone is looking out for me. And then I realize, oh no, I just got caught. So now I have to literally escape with a bell that makes noise whenever I run. So then I go over here and, yeah. So then she turns around, and then I make my chance. I break this, and then basically what happens is, she breaks, so she notices that I broke that. And then she goes over here, and then I finally go over here without her noticing me. But then the thing is, the man, I realize that he's gone. And then I make a noise, which is pretty bad. And then I have to run over here. This is the most stressful part of my life. So then basically what he does is he goes to grab the bell, and then I yank it and then I just yoink it. So then I run away. So then I just run over here, and yeah. Disclaimer, I'm about to beat the game, but once I get to the farmer or the garden keeper, yeah, it gets to the hard part. So then basically what I do is I go over here. I have to face this, which is actually pretty stressful. But then I realize, hey, what the heck, I can just run whenever I want. I can just steal the bell back. So then once they actually steal the bell from me, then I steal it back from them. I run away, and then I realize, heck, even the dang mother wants it. So first she takes it away, and then I run away with it. there's two people chasing me, and then I still run. One of them actually tells me to shoot. But the thing is, I actually accidentally pick up the glasses. And then I'm just like, boy, give me back my dang bell, or else you will literally be dead. I steal the bell back, and then I realize, heck, even the kid wants it. But then I realize the bell scared him away. And then the bell gets taken away from me again. I steal the bell again. And then I get chased again. I run, and then, yeah, I'm cornered. So then basically what happens is, yeah, she goes for her broom, and then the bell gets taken away from me. I steal the bell again, and then I'm just like, YOLO. And then I realize they can't find me. So what I do is, I run over here, he notices me, and then I'm panicking right now. So then I close the gate, and then he unlocks it, which gives me more time to run. And then he starts chasing me again, but then he soon loses me. And then I go back to where I broke the gate. Disclaimer, this is at the end of the game. So then basically what I do is, I go back to where I was at the start of the game. And then, remember when I said bring it all the way back home? Yeah, that's exactly what it meant. Because I bring it all the way back home. And then I nod. I make my goose nod away. Hopefully you guys like this gameplay. Hopefully it helps you guys through the game. If I missed any parts that you would actually like help, I'm sorry, but I probably don't know I probably don't know how to do it either. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let the credits roll fast. So, hopefully you guys actually like this gameplay. Hopefully I helped you a lot, and, I hope you all have fun playing this game, if I did help you, and I hope you have a great time. And of course, there's a press square to honk. And now, here begins a new thing. New to-do list pages? Oh my god. And then I just decide, you know what? I'm probably just gonna end the video here because I don't want to do all of that. And people said that this game took 2 hours. Boy, look at the time. It's literally 58 minutes. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if this video helped you. If this video did help you, leave a comment down below saying yes. And if it didn't help you with anything, then just say sorry, but no. And hopefully you guys like this video. I will see you all again, and the goose also has one more message. Oh, the goose said goodbye, and have a very, very great day. So, later guys.